It is a Friday, and what a beautiful morning it is. I'm meteorologist Rod Hill coming to you from downtown Portland and KGW TV where I work. The forecast for Easter weekend, no big changes, but a lot of clarity that I want to take you through, and clarity that knock on wood. There I am knocking on wood. Has some decent confidence to it. So one of the big headlines, of course, I mean, right now it's beautiful outside. We're going to be 76 in Portland today. Is that clouds come in overnight tonight, and we have cooler weather right from the get-go for your Saturday morning. And that cooler pattern will come with it. Some rain chances, clouds, and cooler temperatures. Here on the left, you can see this is an air mass map at 5,000 feet, 850 millibars. And where you see the blue, that's the cooler batch of air that will be moving in, replacing what has been a really warm, sunny stretch of 5 days. No big storm with this. It's about as quiet of a displacement of warm air for cooler air that you can possibly get. Okay, so lots to get to. This is all brought to you by the Momentous Wealth Podcast. Listen on Apple Podcasts, listen on Spotify. These are investment topics for you to pick, meant to educate you, brought to you by a local firm, Momentous Wealth Management, licensed for your retirement, mainly retirement investment needs in Oregon, Washington, also down in Arizona, actually. Okay, let's get you going. Here's a satellite picture. So right here, so this has a visible component to it, and that's why you see the shadowing early this morning from the satellite. But you can see Oregon and Washington marvelously clear. Here's the band of clouds that's the cooler edge that will come in first thing tomorrow morning, displacing the warm air for cooler air. And every single forecast model likes, we have a period of about 2 hours, first thing tomorrow morning, and I'll show you this, of mainly some light rain passing. And then behind this, just like that, becoming partly cloudy, but staying cooler with a scattered shower chance. And then this weather pattern likely comes with a northwest flow pattern Sunday morning that would be conducive for a widespread, fairly thick, low cloud marine deck that moves in Easter Sunday morning. And it could be a Sunday that we never clear out of that low cloud deck. And if that's the case, temperatures here in the west part of Oregon and up into Washington would only be in the 50s, and we'd have an ongoing chance of some light rain or some misty weather. So that's kind of the setup that I'm looking at. Here is courtesy of KGW TV, their futurecast model. And let me play this. Here's Saturday morning at 6 a.m. The green, that's that elongated narrow band of mainly light rain that will pass for a couple of hours. By 9 o'clock, this shows that's in the Cascades and moving off to the east. And we actually have a mainly dry, partly cloudy Saturday that follows with a shower chance. Here, see the solid cloudiness, the white color? That's 7 o'clock Sunday morning, Easter. This is a solid low cloud deck that stays with us throughout the day, and the green represents the ongoing chance of some misty weather or some light raindrops at times. It would probably be a very still Sunday with really no wind, just overcast skies. At any given moment, you'll feel a little bit of moisture being dropped out of that low marine cloud deck. So that's the clarity that I'm talking about for your Easter weekend. Now, again, if you follow my cursor, this is Sunday at 6 p.m. See how this low cloud deck rams up against the Cascades and never gets over it. And that's because the Cascades, you need a height of your moisture layer to get up to 4,000 feet and higher to get up over the Cascades. When the moisture layer is lower than that, marine cloud decks are usually no bigger than about 3,000 feet. Then the Cascades are like a barrier, and the low cloud deck comes in and hits the Cascades, and it can't get over them, but it stays in place. And that's why this shows you the clearing and partly cloudy skies from central Oregon and out to the east and mainly dry weather. Okay. In terms of rain totals, I like this model. This is the national blended model, rain totals for the entire weekend, including that rain band that we get early in the morning on Saturday through Easter Sunday. Notice up and down I-5, not much. The gray areas generally from Seattle down to Portland, generally about a 5/100ths of an inch or less to no more than a tenth of an inch. Now in green, a better chance that there's a tenth of an inch of total 2-day moisture along the coast. And then maybe you even get up to a quarter of an inch of rain or more up in the Cascades of Oregon, and then some heftier mountain precip totals up in the North Washington Cascades over an inch. You can see right here. This does like some moisture, maybe a tenth to 2/10ths of an inch of rain scattered out over the Blue Mountains. It also likes the chance of some moisture up and down the entirety of the Oregon coast, including down in Coos Bay. But again, limited total rain amounts. So the one thing that's hard to tell, it's easy to tell as a forecaster, hey, there's not going to be much total rain. But how does that total rain come? I mean, 5/100ths, 2/100ths of an inch of rain would not be noticeable unless part of that comes in the form of hours of steady mist or drizzle, which could be the place Sunday morning. I can't tell. On the flip side, your Easter morning could simply be cloudy with no light moisture coming. So that's the big question mark as we move forward. I want to jump past Easter weekend and get into the rest of the month in terms of looking at the Canadian model, what's called the GEM, for the upper flow pattern. So here is this Friday. Here's the ridging taking place, a beautiful sunshine, the temperatures well up into the 70s. And then here comes the weekend. Here's Saturday. The cold basis is up here, but you can see the trough where you see the dips in the contours extending all the way down off the Oregon coast. So that's the cooler weather coming in first thing in the morning. Nothing stormy. Again, the main storm and moisture depth is where you see the blue, the trough well up into Canada. Um, and then we go into Monday and Tuesday of next week. And that trough swings well east across Montana and into the Dakotas. And we generally will be dry with temperatures pretty close to average in the 60s. This doesn't show much active weather next week until we get into the day Thursday with an increasing chance of showers of this next system dropping down. And then if this is correct and not overdone, Friday the 25th into Saturday the 26th, this is a week from this weekend, all the way into Sunday the 28th, excuse me, Sunday the 27th, that is a lot of cloud cover, numerous several days, maybe if not Thursday of next week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday of next week would all see highs only in the 50s, would all see periods of measurable rainfall. And let me back this up with the meat of the trough dropping in Saturday morning. That's a 540 low. Now, I will tell you the trend so far has been when the models a week out show something cold and deep and fairly strong coming at us, it's way overdone. Some of the other models do not show this. So I'm just putting that out there. The chance of this is iffy at best. But if you have plans a week from this weekend, again, this is Saturday, April 26th, keep an eye on this cold upper level low. That would be um, even potentially a rain snow mix over Cascade passes. Again, highs in the 50s, occasional shots of rain. If we have this is notice how the contours come to the bottom of this low, and then there's some contour fetching across Canada. This is what we call a cutoff system. Cutoff systems typically don't have a lot of moisture. And my point is, if this turns out to be a partly cloudy sun scattered shower pattern, which it could, then the air aloft would be cold enough that this would absolutely produce some scattered downpours with hail. So again, lots to keep an eye on starting Thursday of next week into that following weekend. This is Saturday the 26th. Okay. Let's get you around the horn. Beautiful day today. My goodness. Medford 46 right now. Expected to match Portland with a high of 76. No rain in the 7-day forecast. 67 on Easter Sunday. So that's about a 9-degree cool off, obviously, and then upper 60s to start next week. Out in Pendleton, slight chance of Saturday showers during the day. And then this just shows you partly to mostly sunny on Easter Sunday and 61. So odds are good. There's very little of any measurable precip actually over the weekend when you get out into the Columbia Basin areas. Over in Central Oregon, Bend, we're going to see 65 today, 63 tomorrow, all dry, 59 on Easter Sunday with sunny skies. Remember, that's a marine deck that hits the Cascades and doesn't really push moisture up over into Central Oregon. So that totally makes sense. And remember, the rain chances are better the farther north you go this weekend, less the farther south you drop. So here's Seattle, 70 today. 59 with showers around on Saturday and 56 with some light precip around on Easter Sunday. And then this shows some drying and back up to 60 on Tuesday of next week. Okay. Salem, is there a chance of some early morning rain on Saturday? Yes, even though this doesn't state that. Easter Sunday, a lot of cloud cover. Could be solid overcast with a chance of some light moisture, but a better chance of light moisture from Portland northward. So we'll see. And then down in Eugene, it's going to be even a little bit warmer than Salem. 74 today, 66 Saturday, 60 on Easter Sunday. This shows Eugene south of that marine deck on Sunday. I don't know. I kind of trust the weather models that are showing a solid marine deck all the way through the South Willamette Valley. So keep your eye on that. Temperatures in Eugene only about 70 degrees on Sunday. North Bend doesn't show much of a rain chance, but remember that one model does show that we have chances of moisture up and down the entire coast, light moisture amounts. This shows a better chance of Saturday showers than Sunday along North Bend. And Astoria, what do we got? We've got the opposite, better chance of showers on Sunday than Saturday. So we'll see. But the coast could see some rain showers overnight, ending around sunup on Saturday morning. So, with all of that said, here is my 7-day forecast courtesy of Hazel Bell Tire Pros in Clark County up here in Vancouver off of I-5. 76 today, beautiful day. Talked about tomorrow, the early morning rain between about 6 and 8 or 8:30, and then the chance of at least a mainly dry day. Talked about Sunday, looking more likely that we're stuck under a low, thick marine cloud deck. That would be an overcast day, holding in the 50s. Mist or some light rain at times. I'm going to hold on to at least a shower chance on Monday, but Monday overall looks mainly dry and partly cloudy, still cool. And then we bounce up in the mid 60s on Tuesday and Wednesday. And then I'll start that chance of showers Thursday of next week. And then the forecast gets cooler with rain becoming more likely on that Friday end of the weekend, going by that GEM Canadian model that we looked at. Okay. That is your update. I'll probably talk to you Sunday afternoon or Sunday. Yeah, Sunday afternoon. For now, wishing you an enjoyment of the sunny skies on this Friday and a good Easter weekend. I'm Rod Hill. Thanks for subscribing. If you haven't, please do so. Helps me out. You'll be notified when I post. I'll talk to you soon.